May 18th, 2026. There's a lot of green in the yard. Most plants have been brought outside, giving them a little bit of sun, mostly shade, to get used to the new season, the sun, the weather. Multiple squashes, pumpkins, watermelon, zucchinis, winter squash, tomatoes, flowers. For now, the peppers are staying inside. I'm going to wait until early June before they come out. Most plants, as mentioned, have been taken outside. However, there remain quite a few pepper plants indoors and a few other more tropical plants. Warm weather plants like this dahlia here started from seed, which I want to keep saying just got too much nitrogen because it keeps growing up, unlike seed dahlias I've grown previous years. But I'm doing a basic 4-4-4 fertilizer on everything, so there's no reason. At some point later I'm going to do an assessment of these different plants, because this guy here, jalapeno, was actually started in December, to see what would happen if I started to plant much earlier. I'll be taking that one out shortly, bringing it in at night, just to give it some time to acclimate to the outdoors, because currently the weather outside during the day is going into the mid-20s Celsius, and we're actually expecting close to 30 degrees Celsius today. The peppers on this thing already, I decided to let it flower, but I think over winter next year I might grow some jalapenos inside, and maybe Jimmy Nardello. I want something else that's a small pepper, non-spicy, quick growing. Bell peppers definitely won't work inside. I want something that I can harvest fairly frequently if I'm going to grow something over winter. Some of these peppers grew really well. Other peppers, like the Aleppo, just had ongoing issues with their leafing. Although the new leaves are coming out a bit better, but other plants have done really well, have grown really tall. Most of these were started in January. So back there, there's an Ahi Amarillo, which is now over 2 feet tall. And back over here, Pasija Bajo. It's on the screen. I'm probably mispronouncing all of these. But that one's grown really tall, and they've done really well. Their leaves have had very minimal damage. They've just grown and grown. Then you've got some like this guy here, which is my home jalapeno seed, started in January, doing really well as well. I'm very happy that my seeds are doing so well. But for now, the focus is on summer. A couple of squashes left in here, some basil ready to go out. Most of these are pretty much all going out early June, but I'm going to start acclimating them next week. Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this. This is a mulatto. Started in January. Also doing really well. So it seems the Lesia pepper and Aleppo pepper did the worst in here. They didn't die, but they struggled the whole time. I can speak to the Lesia because I've grown it a few years. Every year it looks terrible inside, but once it gets outside, it kind of figures itself out and starts to look good. So I'm not particularly worried about the Lesia state. And then back here, these shelves were full a week ago, and now there's only a few things left. Got some blue basil over here, never grown that before. Some nasturtiums, a couple of plants of those. Got 3 nasturtium plants. I started 12 seeds. Nasturtiums I always have bad luck with. These are chocolate cherry sunflowers coming up, starting to sprout. These were a gift from the husband at Christmas. Monte Gusto beans. Scarlet runner beans. I can tell they're starting to come out because they're pushing through the soil. I've got a bunch of scarlet runner. These are to be given away to a friend, but I've got a bunch of scarlet runner beans underground outside. They haven't sprouted yet, but I'm hoping they're going to sprout soon. I've heard really cool things about what they look like. Edible beans, pretty flowers. So that's what's going on inside. Back to the outdoors. Bleeding hearts have returned for another season. They have been divided, and I've put half of this chunk in my side yard. I'm pretty convinced this fig plant is dead. Dead on arrival, never budded up. The crimson cherry has finished blossoming. Allegedly, it is self-fertile, so we'll see if we get anything out of it. Not many flowers because of rabbit damage. Haskap flowering has finished. And if you look closely, you can already see the berries. Raspberries are coming in nicely, as they do. The grapevine's leafing up, but I'm not seeing buds all the way up. This might just be me not knowing how these plants work, but it's not dead, which is the primary goal here. I mean, the primary goal is getting fruit, but I'll take not dead over dead. Barely mid-May, and already I've got some flowers coming up. It is time to harvest some lettuce. With the weather improving, everything has just started growing so fast. This has doubled in size in only maybe a week. More lettuce back there. All those carrots are from last year. They've come back. I'm gonna harvest some seeds. Probably have more than I need, but it's my first time doing it, so my hope going forward for onions, carrots, biennials basically, harvest the seeds second year, so I don't have to buy anymore. Cabbages are doing well. One of these is a kohlrabi. Turnips, radishes, carrots, yellow beets, all grown. Much weeding has been happening in this garden, as I did till it this spring. The kaleidoscope perennial kales from Etsy are doing well. 4-year-old seeds and they're still sprouting. We'll see what they look like this season. Sometimes they're perennial, sometimes they're a weird color. Always an interesting growth, even though it's kale. Garlic continues to do well. Onions are growing. These guys here are potato onions. They are sort of like shallots. When they overwinter, they tend to divide, create new onions. In theory, it's a perennial onion. Sort of like the walking onion, but better onions. I'll harvest some later this season. I haven't actually had one yet. We'll see if they're any good. Asparagus continues to grow. However, it's thinner than I'd like it to be, so I need to come up with a better fertilizing regimen. It does get a fair amount of shade, so that could be affecting things. But it's still growing. It's spreading a bit, which is good. Raised bed 2. Peas are growing. Alderman peas. Leeks. Roman chamomile. My attempt at an artichoke plant. We'll see how she does. Try to give it as much cold hours as possible to hopefully convince it to fruit this year. We'll see. And the western sandcherries are really flowering this year. Last year I got 3 or 4 flowers. This year I got quite a few more, 300 or 400. Funny story. I planted a hosta here last year. I thought it died. It's coming back, so I'm gonna have to move this guy here because this is gonna get pretty big butterfly weed. So yeah, look at that. I might move this elsewhere, but we'll see. Or divide it. We'll see. Been trying to figure out what to do with this spot here. I'm trying strawberries this year. If they grow well, then they will be replacing this bed, which would allow me to grow more annual vegetables in this area where there's as much sun as I need. Well, this bed is about half June bearing on this side, and here in the middle and over here we've got ever-bearing strawberries. Rosa has pretty flowers, but thus far the berries have been whelming. I'm hopeful this is a good replacement bed, because I would like to use that other section for other plants, and frankly it's a bit bigger. Almost twice the size, so I can put more berries here. Combine this and all these strawberries. And I should get a pretty good harvest. I've already thinned these strawberries over here, it's kind of ridiculous. They're doing really well. If I want to do a bit more thinning, find more people to provide strawberries to, maybe I'll just leave them at the curb, big bag. Take some strawberries for free. Plum tree has finished flowering. Many more flowers than last year. I'm hoping to actually get plums this year. Glaskin's perpetual rhubarb has started to flower. I'll be cutting off that head soon. I did put these in a bucket for about a week, under a bucket rather, to elongate the stems. Seems to have worked, so we'll be harvesting it soon. No signs of flower yet on the kiwi, male or female. I need to look it up, figure out when they go into flower. It might just be too early yet. Anyways, quick update. That's everything going in the garden right now. Once this reaches 15 degrees, tomatoes are going out. We're currently sitting at about 13. Almost there. Almost there. And peppers will be going out probably first week of June. Anyways, thanks for watching. Au revoir.